Oh, stunning. Black and white stripes in the head, looks like a skunk. Here, you want to see?
I should have brought my binoculars.
I have an extra pair in my bag, too. Oh, just hop left, it's just hidden by this hedgerow.
Yeah.
It's on the ground there.
There you go.
White ground, sparrow, Shakespeare, garden,
See him?
path. Oh my, that's unbelievable. This is like a super rare bird. Wow. Not super rare, like medium rare. Fantastic. Shakespeare garden path. Hashtag Bird Central Park. Cool. Bunch of birders will probably show up momentarily. So the story goes, there was a gentleman by the name of Eugene Schieffelin, and he had a sort of a club called the American Acclimatization Society. It was his opinion that American bird life was a little bit coarse in nature and should be augmented with more refined European species. And he proceeded to release many species of birds in Central Park. He decided to release every bird ever mentioned in Shakespeare's plays or sonnets. Perhaps because what European birds would be more refined than those that inspired the bard, you know? So if we're gonna really bring classy European bird culture to the Americas, that would be the best source. Most of the birds he released didn't survive, presumably. Or they as individuals may have, but they didn't propagate as a species. If he released a migratory European bird in a different hemisphere, it's gonna be very confused, and it probably wouldn't survive the winter because it wouldn't know where to migrate. And a lot of the birds may have had some kind of specialized diet, a seed or a flower or a plant that's not present here. Maybe here in Shakespeare's garden it is, but wasn't more widespread, so they wouldn't have survived. But we know that at least one species did, and it didn't just survive, it thrived, and that's the European starling. The European starling is featured in Henry IV. This is due to a quirk of its biology, which is that starlings can be taught to speak or to imitate human speech. They don't really learn to talk, but they can imitate a lot of different sounds. Around here, I often hear them imitating other bird species. But if you have a captive starling, you can teach it to talk like a parrot. So Shakespeare knew this, and so he sort of had a little throwaway line, a joke about that in Henry IV. There's a character named Hotspur. Hotspur is loyal to someone named Mortimer, so he was an enemy of the king. And Hotspur said, "I will go to the king when he is sleeping, and I will holler in his ear, 'Mortimer.' And then he said, 'Nay, I shall have a starling be taught to speak nothing but Mortimer, and I will give it him to keep his anger constantly in motion.'" So it's like this gag gift. He'd give this bird to the king, and the king would be like, "Oh, thank you, I love starlings," you know, and put it in his room, and then the starling would say, "Mortimer," and the king would get mad. So yeah, the whole thing's a little odd, I always thought, but also kind of funny. I mean, I think it's meant as a joke. And due to that one line, starlings are now the most abundant bird in the New World.